Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Beyond measure.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. I'm gonna show you how great I am. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. Hopefully you get to share your 2 cents. I see one here, my D-Liver. He's here every night. Cheers to you, whoever you are. I don't care if you're deep state or if you're a terrorist, or it's probably just someone who's really shy about talking online. So thanks for being here. Cheers. If you want the glass, get the glass. Get the shirts. Ever popular permanently tired shirt is up on the store now. I always get like at least a dozen comments every time I wear this shirt out in the public. I tore the one I had, so the other one is getting shipped to me now. It's going to have JD's 2 cents on the back too, which will be awesome. I also, though, published one that doesn't have JD's 2 cents on the back. If you want to disassociate with me, which I understand because I'm hard-hitting, and I get that. So if you don't want to ruffle feathers out in public, I am slowly copying all my shirts without the JD's 2 cents plug on the back. So that'll be up on the shirt store soon as well. Speaking of the glass, I added a bunch of products to this store as well, and I'm continuing to do so, and I revamped the website as well, so go check it out, jds2cents.com. And with that, something very near and dear to my heart, Old Glory, the flag. This has been in the news in the last week, and I had to do an episode on it because I'll get to that after. Let's just play this. Let's get emotional first, and then I'll dive into it, okay? So enjoy. Hopefully my desktop audio is working because I didn't test it. Let's see if it is. I guess well, I do have the video. Turn this volume up for you guys a little bit.
What is America? At its best, it's more than an idea. It's a promise. A pledge, hard-earned and held fast, passed through generations. A pact through struggle and sacrifice handed down over time. It's a pursuit, the last great experiment through challenge and difficulty towards progress and light. Forged by a shared desire that all of us may be part of a more perfect union. This country of crescendos and key changes, arranged through history, lifted in harmony, bound by melody, a chorus we all share. A choir of voices that is America.
walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat," and I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it write and say, 'Can you see?' And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on though. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. 'Cause she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her upright. On second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag. Cross the line is
Let me get myself together here, guys. Whew. I don't. Sorry. I love this country. I love the people of this country. And to see what's happening to it tears my heart out. It really does. I served honorably from 01 to 06 in the U.S. Marine Corps. You count inactive time, it was actually 2000 to 08. That's the way the Marine Corps contracts work. But I'm a mess. I don't cry a lot, guys. There's not a lot that makes me cry anymore. I've been through rough shit in my life, and we all have. So, I'm not discrediting anybody out there, but the one time I need a snot rag and I don't have a hand because it's laundry day. Speaking of laundry day, here we go. Get my stuff together. Breathe. And see, this, I used to wear this out all the time, and you can hardly read it now. It says, freedom isn't free. You can't even read it anymore. It's my laundry shirt. See, it got a big hole here on the shoulder. That's how much I wore this shirt. I mean, it's literally just hanging off my body. Just like the video we just watched, the ragged old flag. Johnny Cash just always cuts to my soul, especially when it's about Old Glory. It's been in the news recently. And what I'm going to say is going to piss some people off, and that's fine. I'm going to tell you a story. I shouldn't tell you this because I had a secret clearance. I had a secret clearance way back. This is 20 years ago, so whatever. I highly doubt people are going to come after me for this, but even if they do, whatever. I don't care. So I went to SEER school in the Marine Corps, which is the best training I ever received. Is put on by the Navy. And, excuse me. Basically, what stuck out to me more than anything, not just in that training, but throughout my entire Marine Corps career. What SEER school is, it's survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. And they threw us up into the woods in Maine in the middle of winter. It's no place to live. Trust me, they gave us mummy bags, and literally we slept for like 18 hours a day because it was so cold that our bodies went into hibernation mode. That was the evasion part of it and the survival part. And then resistance is when you actually get captured by the enemy, which is the petty officers there in the Navy are acting like they're a foreign adversary. Anyways, get to the point here. They drag all of us in one by one for interrogation. And during my interrogation, I saw this tattered old, I get choked up again, U.S. flag on the floor. And they kept putting me on top of it. And I kept crawling off, resisting them. It still does today. I mean, this is 20 years ago, 25 years ago, guys, almost. What stuck out to me, though, let me get my shit together because I have a show to do, is when I was debriefed by the petty officer that was in the interrogation room. Every time I resisted and crawled back off the flag, they would beat me and throw me back onto the flag that was on the floor. The U.S. flag. And this always stuck out to me, and it was just great advice. The petty officer in charge debriefed me. He said, Josh, that's my given name, by the way, Josh. Go by JD. So there you go. He said, the flag in the hands of an enemy is just a rag, and you have to treat it like that, because if you take bodily harm, you know, we beat you up a little bit, but the real enemy is going to do far worse to you, and that's just not worth it. In their hands, it's a rag. So that's the first point I want to make, is that these people, even these college kids, okay, first of all, they're kids. A lot of them, just kids. This is all Soros-backed money that's being pumped into this to amp it up. I guarantee it. But the vast majority of these kids out there protesting don't know what the hell they're talking about, first of all. They're literally just, they're still wet behind the ears, you know what I'm saying? So we got to cut them some slack there. I will get to the people that have committed crimes in just a second. Even these kids, if they've committed crimes, which some of them probably have. Whether they're ignorant or not, I don't care. You don't get to be ignorant of the law and not face the law. Well, you do in this country right now because of the current administration, but I digress. So, what I'm saying is this. I think the most disturbing thing that I've heard in the past week or two is from the right, actually. Where the right, I hear people on the right be so quick to say, fuck the First Amendment, and anyone who desecrates this beautiful flag should be deported, or worse. And I'm just sitting there going, ugh. What? What? What's the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States? It protects our freedom of speech. This flag is part of that protected speech. Meaning if you, and that was in the video, if you go back and watch it, Johnny Cash says people have burned it, trampled it, and yet it still stands, it still waves gold across this great nation. Getting back to the First Amendment, though, we can't have it both ways, right-wingers. I understand you're emotional about this. You just saw my raw emotions about this. But that is no excuse to eject our brains and start acting like the commie-crat, Democrat scum that we're supposed to be fighting. When we say that someone can't desecrate this flag, we are no better than the Marxist, commie-crat scum out there. We're no better than them. Now, I will say this because I said I would get to it. If someone tears down someone else's property, which is a flag, and sets it on fire, which is another crime, setting fires in public is not condoned. Never should it be in the middle of a public street. Spray painting monuments that have been there for decades upon decades, centuries. Spray paint that won't come off unless the monument's altered. They should face the full force of laws that already exist. But this is where I will part. And this is another really important point I want to make, guys. I love Donald Trump. I agree with 99% of what he says. But that doesn't mean you eject your brain and just follow him no matter what he says. And all due respect, Mr. President, you were wrong on this issue. To call people stupid that say that people that set the flag on fire should be deported or go to jail for a year, and then calling people that, like me, that are against that because I am a First Amendment advocate to the extreme. Stupid? I'm sorry, sir. No. We can't have it both ways on the right. We can't say on one hand, we support the First Amendment and the entire Constitution no matter what, but then we turn around and say, well, but if someone burns the flag, again, if it's someone else's property, fine. The full force of the law should be brought down on that person. But if someone goes to Walmart, buys a flag, puts it in their own personal fire pit and sets fire to it and takes a video of it, they have every right to do that. These are the freedoms that I served for as a U.S. Marine. I swore an oath to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States against enemies foreign and domestic. The Constitution being the first thing. Do I believe people that burn the flag are my enemy? Yes, I do. But what trumps that is the Constitution, and they have the right to do that if it's their property and they're not breaking any applicable laws that already exist. These calls for an amendment to protect the flag would counter the First Amendment completely. And what's the first thing the left is going to do if we do that? They're going to point out our hypocrisy and say, look, I thought you were all for the First Amendment. It's only going to weaken the inalienable rights that we already have. And with that, that's my 2 cents. I went really long today, but I had to. So again, I just want to reiterate, I love this flag. This is my flag. This is our flag. I loved in that video how it was every race and creed being represented in the choir. Those beautiful children, they're the future. So it's up to us as adults to stand up, quit being fucking cowards, and stand up for what's right, which is the First Amendment, free speech. And when is it the most difficult to stand up for free speech is when it pisses us off. We don't just get to have the First Amendment when it makes us feel warm and fuzzy inside. Because the other side, our adversaries, are going to come after us and they're going to say things we don't like, that we hate, that make us super emotional, angry, sad, emotional like I was earlier. But that's the exact time that we have to double down on the First Amendment and say, no, I'm not going to let them get to me. You guys have First Amendment rights just like I do, and you have every right to express your speech however you want to express it. Someone buying a flag at Walmart and burning it in their own personal space legally is not inciting riots or violence. You cannot use that argument. They are not threatening your life. They are not threatening your well-being. They are not threatening you as a human being. So quit with this, right-wingers. And Mr. Trump, Mr. President, I love and adore you, sir. But please do not go down that road. It's very disturbing for you to say such things. And the left is going to use it as ammo against you that you actually are a dictator and a tyrant. And they already have. So stop. Stand on the Constitution, sir. Stand on our inalienable rights. Sure, you'll never see this, but that's my 2 cents. So with that, guys, we've got about 7 minutes left. That's all I have to say on this. So I'll go ahead and hop into the news for the day. See what's going on. Excuse me. I still have emotional things happening in my head. So, sorry. I don't want to sit here and blow my nose live on air, so I'll just snort, I guess. Both are gross, but cheers, everyone. I know that was super heavy. I hope it spoke to some of you. Hopefully. I hope I rang a chord with people. Please share your 2 cents in the chat. I saw Jen here for a second in the X space. Jen, if you're still watching, please come back. I would love to hear your take on it. And again, Jen, you can counter me on this. If I want to hear people's 2 cents. Be real. I'm so sick of people just disappearing or canceling me. Guys, we gotta start talking again, or our country is fucked. We have to start talking again, guys. We have to. So with that, let's dive into the news. Okay, what do we got here? Let me go home. I need to refresh this. It's been a little while. Good. So my nickname for Harry Sisson now is Little Sis. Little Sis. Haha, Biden just destroyed Trump. Reporter asked Trump said he could have gotten that hostage out without giving anything in exchange. What would you say to that? And Biden responds, why didn't he do it when he was president? Boom. Let's see. Let's see this hack job cut.
Sir, what a chance.
President Trump has said repeatedly that he could have gotten the hostages.
Oh, I don't know what just happened, guys. Had an internet hiccup or something. Let's try this again.
Gotten the hostages out without giving anything in exchange. What do you say to that? What do you say to President Trump now, former president?
Why didn't he do it when he was president? Sir, what a chance.
President Trump has said repeatedly that he could have gotten the hostages out without giving anything in exchange. What do you say to that? What do you say to President Trump now, former president?
Why didn't he do it when he was president? Sir, what a chance.
Fair point. I'll give him that. And the other thing I want to say here is this does not appear deep fake to me or anything, so I'm going to put to bed for now that Biden's on ice. Or he appears to be alive. So I will say that. Now, having said that, deep fakes can be really, really good, but he's in front of the live press, so yeah, I'm just going to put that to bed. Biden's alive, which is a really good thing for this country, believe it or not. That's an episode I'm actually going to do on Monday, unless something better comes up, where the necessary evil, which is the Democrat Party. I put a poll out on X recently to see what people would say. I didn't get any engagement on it, I don't think. I haven't really checked on it recently. But if you could choose between a Republican uniparty or having the Republicans and the Democrats in power and fighting over power, which is better. So a little preview for Monday. You'll hear my 2 cents on that on Monday. Anyways, I mean, that was a pretty good response. I got to give it to the old man there for once. And I hate to do that because I can't stand this pedophile piece of shit. But, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day, I guess. Not that he's right in what he's saying, necessarily. I'm sure there's reasons that Trump didn't free these hostages. Or, you know, the deal wasn't right. The reason the Democrats are doing it right now, I guarantee you, is just for political points purely. They could care less about these people. They're doing it to glean votes for November. That's it. That's all they care about is power. And now we got Barack Obama sitting here just fawning over the Olympics, the Olympic athletes, like he actually gives two shits. You're a piece of shit, Barack. A Kenyan piece of... Yeah, what about the Kenyans, Barack? What about the Kenyans, where you were born? Show them a little love, maybe, huh? Piece of shit. Yep. Cat turd, you're spot on. This guy is a scumbag. It's a male. Total male. And he touches her on the tit. Did you see that? The hell? This guy is a total piece of shit. Ugh. Gross. If you're not boycotting the Olympics already, please do. I mean, what's it going to take? They completely desecrated Christianity to open it, like the first scene, with that ridiculous rendition of the Lord's Supper. Just disgusting. You don't have to be Christian to appreciate that, by the way. I'm Christian. But, like, really? Are you going to sit there and just continue to watch the Olympics after that? Why? Why are you going to line these sponsors' pockets that are sponsoring these disgusting scumbags? Ugh. Define L has a death skull saying, Drew Pavlo, I am white, I am straight, I am a man, and I'm voting for Kamala Harris. If this offends you, toughen up. This guy says, Drew, you live in Australia. Drew Pavlo says, I'm speaking about voting in a metaphysical sense. Oh my gosh. These people are a joke. Total joke. I just want to point out engagement numbers here. This one actually got a little more because it's Kamala herself, but still pretty deplorable. 329,000 views, 11,000 likes out of all of those views, only 3.7 reposts, and only 1,000 out of 329,000 views. Only 1,000 people commented on this. This is a better one, by far. Kamala headquarters, you're not doing too hot. Again here, look at Kamala Harris. 303,000 views, only 8.1 thousand likes out of all of those views, only 2,000 reposts, and only 1.4 thousand comments. What does that tell you? These are the true polls, guys. You need to be watching this right here on X. These are the true polls. Don't believe the bullshit you see in the media. This tells you all you need to know. They have a lot of cheating to do to be able to overcome these numbers. That's all I'm going to say. Here we go, more. Oh, Simon, he's on our side, I think. Your reaction. Kamala Harris fires back at Donald Trump, says Donald Trump spoke at the annual meeting of the National Association of Black Journalists. And it was the same old show, the divisiveness and the disrespect. Oh, like you not even showing up even though you're supposed to be there. Oh, like them not starting the show until 35 minutes after they said they would. That kind of disrespect? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Look at this. 670,000 views, only 1.5 thousand likes. Oh, but this is Simon. Oh, that's pretty bad, actually. So, look, when I make a mistake, I'm going to air it, guys. I'm a human. I make mistakes. And that's pretty bad, dude. Simon, you're not getting good engagement on this, unfortunately. But I mean, the points I made were still valid. She didn't show up. She was supposed to show up and be there when Trump was there. Didn't happen. She didn't show up at all. She just set him up. Kamala Harris is hiding from the media right now, just like her predecessor, Joe Biden. That was pointed out to me today on Newsmax. So, there you go. I'm past time, guys. So, I see my D-Liber in here. D-Liber, if you want to chime in, please chat in. Please say something. If it's just hi, I would appreciate that. But, Rumblers, if you're out there, you hear me? I got the chat up. Let's chat, Rumblers. 720-72 live call-ins, live text-ins. Go ahead. It is ready to go. I will hear you. Or the X space is open. I will put the X space link in. I will wait just a couple minutes. And if I don't get any engagement, I'll call it a night. Thanks for those who were here tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for whoever sees these videos after they are broadcast. I appreciate you too. Please follow, please comment, and share your 2 cents. That's what this channel is all about, guys. I'm just the host. I know I come on very strong. I'm a strong personality. But if you set me right, just like what just happened, I noticed I fucked up. If you can show me that I fucked up, I'll be the first to admit it. I will not ever just run over someone. I want to hear other people's opinions. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. Oh, we gotta start talking again, guys. We really do. It's so scary how we have stopped talking to each other. It really is. The left is winning big time in that arena. So until we start talking to each other again, especially when we're fired up, especially when we're butting heads and we don't agree on things, the left has won. Like, they've already won the game. You guys, we got to start talking again. Come on. Got to start talking again. So I'll just hang out here for, I don't know, till the 47 mark on my little counter down there. We'll call it, I'll hang out so you guys can see it until 37 after. Give you about a minute, just in case there's a lag. I really want to hear your 2 cents, guys. Hop into the X space. That's the easiest way to engage. Again, you can call or text in 720-72 cents. That's 720-72 cents, 720-722-3687. I don't want dead air, so I'm just going to sit here and drink some beer. Oh, yeah, I still got me. Glass again. You want it? JD's 2 cents. Go check out the website. Let me know what you think. Got all my shirts and my merch on there. I need to recreate this one. Definitely. Freedom isn't free. Wore this sucker out. It's my laundry shirt now. Okay. Looks like no one wants to talk. Big shocker. Come on, guys. It's time to stop being cowards and it's time to start talking again. I'm going to call you out. Quit being cowards. Come talk. With that, have a good night. Cheers. God bless. Start fucking talking to each other again, even if it's not me. And not just your echo chambers either. Okay? Start having real difficult conversations with your neighbors, with the people that are in your circles, especially the ones that you don't like that much. Because if we don't, we're fucked as a country. Have a good night.